Good morning, Whisper Nation. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Hope you all had wonderful holidays. Welcome into the show. I'm your boy, Johnny Game Time. You find me on Twitter at Johnny_Game Time. This is the Fantasy Whispers channel. Going to be walking through all those Sunday morning lineup decisions with you. So if you got some questions, go ahead and ask them in the comments. Hit this video with a thumbs up first, though, before you do. And if you're new to our channel, hit us with a subscribe. If I could talk, it's Sunday morning, week 16. Boys just getting going. But yeah, hit us with a subscribe if you're new to our channel. Let us know as well. Shout you out in the comments. Got a lot of news going on today, a lot of COVID information. If you're still in the playoffs, it's been a wild ride this week. That is an understatement because we have had so many players that have been listed as doubtful or questionable or out of this game because of COVID. We had coaches having some concerns whether they were going to be able to coach. They changed up the protocols a little bit to somewhat help with this, but overall didn't help too much. But I just wanted to announce all the players out right now due to COVID for today's game. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy football Sunday. Hopefully you're still in the playoffs. Talking playoffs today. Players out today due to COVID. Austin Eckler. Knew that one coming in for a while. Travis Kelce, the other big one, did not clear in time. He did not clear, although he did come off the list yesterday. He did not clear all the necessary all of the necessary protocols in order to play in today's game. So he's out. I do think Bell, backup tight end for Kansas City, I think he's worth a play if you need a tight end right now. If you're looking for it, you had Travis Kelce, you don't have a pivot right now, I think you can play Bell, the backup tight end for Kansas City. Dalvin Cook, also out today due to COVID. Mike Williams, well, we knew about the Dalvin Cook a while ago. Mike Williams, Joey Bosa, Jared Goff, Tyler Huntley. That's a disappointing one. I know Huntley was a guy that was very intriguing when it came to stashing and playing this week because there were so many quarterbacks that were down. Brandon Cooks out, Cole Beasley, Gabriel Davis, Andrew Whitworth, Ramondre Stevenson. That's another big one. And then we got Damian Harris is officially active versus Bills. So make sure you're adjusting accordingly there. Thought Amondre would be able to go in this, but he wasn't. So Josh Allen, the Jags, Josh Allen, not the quarterback. So be careful of that one. Laviska Shenault, Akeem Hicks, and Harrison Butker all out today due to COVID. The other big news that just came out, DeAndre Swift, no go today. Craig Reynolds and Jamal Williams will have that backfield. And then we do have Adam Thielen listed as questionable for today's game. Is expected to play versus Rams. It is being reported. All right. Now that I have gone over that brief discussion, that downward news, that downward momentum news, we could jump into your guys' questions. Just want to say thank you guys all for tuning in. If you hit this video with a thumbs up, greatly appreciate it. Let me know if you have a specific question. Hit me up with a super chat, and I'll just let you know what you get. You'll get the woo! Lighten it up this morning. Waking everybody up because it's Sunday morning, week 16. Let's go. One more win, and we are in the finals. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Michael asking, who should I start at flex? Zeke, Javonte, or Justin Jackson? PPR league. My wide receivers are Deontay and Keenan. My running backs are Madison and Monty. My opponent has Herbert, Kupp, and Taylor. So Taylor didn't he had a smaller game than normal, so that was really nice. Cooper Kupp should have a blow-up game for you or for your opponent, and Herbert is in an absolute smash spot. So you might have to go with a little bit more upside. which is why I like you put that in there. So you've got Madison and Monty in there. I like those two. I'm fine with your wide receivers being Deontay and Keenan. And you don't have another wide receiver here listed, so those would definitely be in there. And then, so you're asking, who do you start at flex? Zeke, Javonte, or Justin Jackson? I'm either rolling with Zeke or Javonte here. I'm not going to get cute with Justin Jackson. I know the matchup seems somewhat nice against Houston, but again, Justin Jackson, there's some concerns with his volume as to when he's going to get this volume. He's not, in my opinion, or from what I've seen so far that the Chargers have done with Austin Eckler, out of the lineup and in the lineup, is that Justin Jackson is like the change of pace kind of running back. Is he good? Yeah, he is good. He's pretty talented, but he can't stay healthy, so he's never been given a full workload. But they've also limited him in that sense because they give him that when Austin Eckler's not in the game. They rely a little bit more on Josh Kelly. And so I am very concerned. I'm concerned with the amount of people that will start Justin Jackson today thinking that he is most likely going to step in that Eckler role. I don't think that's the case. I'm very concerned that he gets game scripted out of this. So that's why I'm pivoting off of Justin Jackson in most cases, unless you have, I get a lot of Javonte and versus Justin. And I'll tell you, I'm going Javonte over Justin Jackson today. In every case, going Javonte over Justin Jackson. Zeke, again, we know what his deal is there. He's a little bit, banged up. He's a little bit limited. He did say after this last game, he felt a lot better. He felt the best he's felt in the last few weeks or last month or so. So I would go with Zeke. I want to get in the championship, and I don't know if I want to necessarily get super cute on this start here. So, Michael, I would go with Zeke, and then the rest of your stuff is good. Also, because you want that kind of floor as well, because all those guys should produce. I'm a little worried about Keenan Allen, but he should get enough volume to sustain. And so I think that that's where I would go with all that. I think you'll be okay. I think you'll be safe. I also like Zeke because he should get a bunch of dump offs. So, what's up, Thomas? Good morning. Happy Sunday. Hope you all had a great holiday. Merry Christmas, Christmas Eve, all that. Whatever if you don't celebrate, then hope you just had a good couple of days. Hope you had a good couple of a good weekend. Thomas asking, who should you start in the full PPR? AB, Ronald Jones, T. Higgins, Devonta Smith, Damian Harris. You're telling me you only have one spot to fit all these gems? I want to know who else you're playing. I'm playing AB. Actually, I do want to know who else you have, because depending on who else you have, I might go Ronald Jones, depending on what your rest of your roster is built like. Because if you have a higher projected ceiling, or your opponent, did you go against AJ Brown or maybe Devontae Adams? Because if that's the case, then I'm probably going to go AB, because I think AB has a higher ceiling. But I do think that Ronald Jones has a very safe floor today as well, with a decent ceiling. So it would depend on what my matchup looked like, or what your matchup looked like, as to which one of those two I'd ultimately roll with. If you need a higher ceiling, though, I think AB is the higher ceiling in a PPR league. Especially because we know Ronald Jones has pretty much stone hands. Ronald saying, what's up, Whisper Nation? What's up, Ronald? Welcome in, or coming in. Our guy, our Norm. Gus, what's up? Good morning. How you doing, Gus? Oh, baby. Gus already, he hit me with that. He knew about it. First, before I get to your question, Gus, my man, got to hit you. Woo! Way to go. Appreciate you firing me up this morning on this Sunday morning. Hopefully my wife sleeping right now. Hopefully I don't wake her up. All right, standard. Rojo, Javonte, or Damian Harris? Yeah, the Damian Harris thing coming out today. This one's So here's what I say. I would go with Ronald Jones. I like Ronald Jones out of the three of the pick two. Oh, look, I get a pick two actually. I would go with Rojo and Damian. Just because I don't expect Damian to be I don't know if he'd be game scripted out. I think they'll rely on him heavily. No Ramondre, which is great. He is active today. If there is some concern, if you have some concern with that, then I can understand if you wanted to pivot to Javonte. It's a little bit safer. But again, he's going to be splitting time. So with he's in a more of a timeshare with Melvin Gordon. So Rojo should be a solid workload. Harris should get a very solid workload. And Javonte has a good matchup. But again, he's splitting time. So my ultimate, I would go with Rojo and Damian, with Damian being rolled in this morning. Great question, though. And appreciate you, Gus, for pumping up your boy and hitting us with the super chat. Because you know how it gets the people going. Ronnie asking, my guy, should I start Javonte or Miles Sanders? I'm going Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders has been getting the rock. The only thing that's stopping him is been Hurts getting taking a lot of the touchdowns away. But Miles Sanders, they've been really leaning on the run. I think that happens again today. It's against the Giants. It's not, and they're starting like the fourth. Who did I say it was? I think I ran it down at the beginning of the show as to who was supposed to step in now for the Giants. Jake Fromm. There it is. Jake Fromm will get his first start today against the Eagles. So I'm not thinking that the Giants are going to be able to hang with the Eagles. I mean, I could always be wrong for sure, but that's why I would expect them to lean on Miles Sanders because they've already been doing such. And then with the game script should be in his favor, I would go Miles Sanders. Brett Johnson coming in. What's up, Brett? Nick Foles or Matt Ryan? Desperation mode. Yeah, I get it. A lot of players were on COVID. A lot of quarterbacks too. So Nick Foles or Matt Ryan? I'm going Matt Ryan. I trust Matt Ryan over Nick Foles all day, every day. BDN, that's about all I trust him for. All right. Stro tonight. Good morning. Happy holidays. Saying happy holidays, Whisper Nation. Appreciate you all for stopping in here. If you could hit us with the thumbs up if you haven't. Got 15 people in here watching right now. Appreciate all of you guys. Smash that thumbs up. Trying to get to 50 likes on this. We got like 42 last week. It was wild. You had me going. You had the people going. It's fantastic. Gets energy in here. Happy holidays, Nation, Whisper Nation. Standard, need two. Keenan Allen, Cordell Patterson, or Antonio Brown. In this case, I would go Cordell and I would go Antonio Brown. Sounds wild to bench Keenan Allen, but Keenan Allen actually is in a more difficult matchup against Houston. So here's the deal. Houston is very susceptible outside wide receivers. They're better at covering inside wide receivers. And so we have, BMW is out of this game. He's on the COVID list. So I expect Keenan to get a little bit more targets than usual. So if you had to go with him, I think you're going to be safe. But ultimately, the matchup, or what it shows on paper, is actually that Houston on the inside guarding the slot is actually like top 8, I believe, top 7. Whereas their outside coverage is bottom 7, or bottom, fantasy points allowed to wide receivers on the outside are bottom 7. So with that in mind, I'm going Cordero and I'm going Antonio. My opponent has Herbert as quarterback and also has Chubb, so I'm down. So this also bodes well for this example, because you can't, on why you should get Keenan out, because sure, Keenan could score a touchdown today, but it's not going to it's not going to help your team. You're not going to be able to gain. You have to be able to gain points. And so having someone that is your opponent now, if you were up, it'd be a different situation. Like if you had Chubb and maybe you had played like AJ Brown and your opponent had Herbert, then I'd be like, yeah, definitely. Then in that case, play Keenan Allen, because then you're going to block him in case that is a touchdown. Then you're negating him being able to, kind of come back on you. But with it in the opposite of your favor and having the upside that you do with those other players, that's where I would go. Cordell, Patterson, Antonio Brown. Good luck today, man. Good luck today. Let us know how you doing this. Carson, good morning. Good morning. Coming in here asking, pick 2. Harris, Michael Carter, or Melvin Gordon PPR. All right. I would go with a PPR. Ooh. Let me check. Hold on. I'm going to check my rankings here because this one's going to be close for me, especially with Harris being ruled in this morning. But because it is a PPR league, I just want to make sure I check my. Yeah, okay. So I am going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go Melvin Gordon here, and I am going to go with Harris. Carter is interesting, especially in PPR. He gets a lot of dump offs and whatnot. But I'm gonna go. I like the matchup a little bit more for Melvin Gordon against Las Vegas. They give up a lot to the running backs. Then you got Buffalo for Harris, who we know that's where they're very, very susceptible. Jags are actually a little bit better against the run. Not fantastic, but when you're talking about these 3 matchups you got that are very nice here, that's where I would go. I'd go Harris and Melvin Gordon. Ronald saying they have said they're going with Jackson as the lead back, and Kelce fumbled on the goal line last week. I think Jackson is a safe play, and I would play Javonte over him, though. Yeah. So I don't care what the coaches say over the course of the week. It's just fluff. It's fluff. It doesn't. They're not going to come out and tell you their game plan. Now, could Jackson actually lead in touches? Maybe. But how many touches are you going to get? 13, 15, maybe? In a boat race? In a game that they're probably going to be behind? I'm telling you, Jackson is not a good between the tackles runner. He gets injured often, which is why he hasn't been able to prove a lot. So it could be, I mean, I don't mind him. I don't think he should be completely off your radar. But again, I'm not going to get cute with Jackson. Not in week 16. Won't do it, coach. Can't coach him. Won't do it. But with that said, I do think, yeah, there are some indicators would say it would make sense for them to use Jackson a little bit more. I agree. But again, they're against Houston. I expect them to be up by 21 before the end of, halfway through the second quarter. That might be a little stretch. Maybe not 21, but they should be up quite a bit. Especially with how explosive the Chargers have been on offense over the last few weeks. I have Hurts, Chubb, Foreman, Kupp, Allen, Goddard. Eagle, Thomas was saying. So I had asked him because this was going back to this one where I said, who are your other players? So I will let you know if I would start any of these guys over him real quick, or over that. So Chubb, you said I have Chubb, Foreman. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I think Hurts is a good play. I think you'll be able to, I think you'll be fine with the Hurts being able to negate Herbert. Oh, you did have Chubb. I thought you said you win against Chubb. So you have Chubb, Foreman, Kupp, Allen. Okay, so I understand why you wanted to go with Allen in this case because you do have Chubb. You are up big. I'm okay with it then in that case if you want to try to play and hope that Herbert throws a bunch of touchdowns Allen's way. But again, I think because I think your ceiling is a little bit higher by putting in Cordell and AB over Keenan Allen today. But I trust, go with your gut. If you want to play that way, it's a little bit safer, and hey, listen, I like playing that way sometimes. Sometimes that's the case. You just got to putt it and get closer to the hole. You don't need to hit a hole in one, you don't need to Tiger Woods it, right? You don't need a Tiger Woods it. You're on the green right now. You're looking good. You got on 2 shots, basically. You 2 putt this, you're getting a birdie, right? So I feel that if you want to go with Keenan Allen that way. Like it. Wi-Fi connects. Oh, that's a good name. I like that one. Okay. Russell Gage or Miles Sanders at flex. I'm going Miles Sanders for me, Wi-Fi. Miles Sanders, I understand. The downside right now for Miles Sanders, he hasn't been able to get in the end zone. That's the downside. I mean, he's getting the workload. He's getting usage. They're trusting him. Thank goodness. That's what we asked for in the beginning. Good matchup. So I'd go Miles Sanders. We'll see if he gets in today. I have a gut feeling Miles Sanders gets a tutty today. Gut feeling. Hunch. You got to subscribe, Wi-Fi, if that happens, all right? That's the deal. Wi-Fi connects, all right? You got to let me know in the comments that you agree to that deal. Miles Sanders, I have a feeling. Miles Sanders scores a tutty today. You subscribe. And if you already subscribed, let me know right now. I'll give you a shout out. All right. Gus asking, I'm going up against Pat Mahomes, Keenan Allen, and Kupp in one of my matches. Well, should be good luck, first of all. Good luck. Good luck to all of Whisper Nation today on your matchups. But I think you're going to be fine. I think, Gus, what do you have? Let me know who you have, and I could tell you, or I could give you my hunch on, what it might look like or what the feeling is. But, I mean, again, Keenan Allen could be, temper your expectations today. He is, straight up. He's a temper your expectations for Keenan Allen today. So, and Pat Mahomes has been struggling a little bit and doesn't have Kelce, has Tyreek, but Luis coming in here. Not Luis. Craig Reynolds or Marquise Brown, half PPR. See, I would go with Marquise Brown on the. Oh, then this is bad. It's not a bad. I'll give you my advice would be, or where I would go personally if I'm playing, I would go Marquise Brown. I don't feel fantastic about it. I think Craig Reynolds is interesting, but I am a little worried about Javonte Williams coming back. Or not Javonte. He's got me thinking about Javonte. Everyone asked me about Javonte this week. Now I'm straight up Jamal Williams. Now with Jamal Williams coming back, I'm not sure that Craig Reynolds quite gets the workload that he's been seeing over the last few weeks. I'd like to see him get that. And there's that potential, right? Because he's been kind of taking the DeAndre Swift role. But I think Marquise Brown is going to be the much safer floor for you than, and honestly, he probably has a higher ceiling despite, having backup quarterback. So, but I don't feel great about that. So apologize, Luis. I don't feel 100% about that one. Knox or DJ Moore? I would go. Okay, this one's tricky, Mohammed, because it's risky. The better matchup and better play is DJ Moore. Truth, like real talk. New England, very difficult matchup for tight ends. They know, New England knows they're no stranger to Buffalo. They know that they like to use Knox, and Knox had a struggling game before. So I would go DJ Moore, but it is a little bit riskier, like I said, because DJ Moore has the hamstring. Oh, dude, our guys. Oh, yeah, let's go. I have to get to these real quick. Oh, man, coming through. Our guy, Gus Ramos, hitting us with another one. So you know what we got to do, Whisper Nation. Hit him. Woo! Let's go. And that's not the only way. We'll get to that. So need tight end Fant or Cole Kmet. I would go with Fant. I would go with Fant over Kmet. I think that I do like Kmet's uptick in targets over last. I think you're in standard, aren't you, Gus? In this one, I believe that's I think that's what you have. But I would go with Noah Fant. I just think he has higher upside. They also use Jimmy Graham a little bit for the Bears, which I don't know why, but because he's like super washed to me, but that's just what I see. I respect him. I love Jimmy Graham, but I think his days are a little bit. Our guy, James, also had to get to this. Our main man, You know what that means, Whisper Nation. Hit us with the super sticker, $4.99. Appreciate you, first of all. But that means me and Whisper Nation got to hit you up with, woo! Yeah, let's go. Appreciate that. Super sticker. All right. He didn't even, wrong one, wrong backdrop here. He didn't even hit me with the question. He just said, James was just like, hey, support my boys over here, supporting the channel. Want to get one of those shout outs. Appreciate it. If you want a super chat, or if you want to woo, you want me to get straight to your question, hit me with a super chat. Or if you want to just, make it feel good, always hit us up with a super chat donation. You'll get a woo from Whisper Nation. Help the channel grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe. Got 21 people in here right now. Got 3 thumbs up. We're jamming right now. I don't even know how many likes we got on YouTube right now. I haven't checked, but I'm feeling good about it. I'm hoping I'm feeling good about it. Hit us with that like if you haven't yet. All right. Oh, our guy. Freak Stomper. Newest Patreon subscriber. Good morning. Good morning. Knox or Dallas? I would go Dallas Goedert over Knox. I like Goddard, or I like Goedert. Well, not only has Goedert becoming more and more of a target threat or a target comfort blanket for Hurts, but he also has a better matchup. So I would go with Dallas Goedert. Good question. Great question. Great question. Freak Stomper saying, hi, Ronald. Look, Ronald, you get shout outs too. YB. Horrendously down bad. Oh, yeah, dude. Hey, tell me about it. You came to the right place, YB. You came to the right place because I'm right there with you, man. It's been horrendous the last 2 weeks. Kelce out in 16-team league. Ooh, and that's even more brutal. Noah Gray or James O'Shaughnessy. I'm going to give you a better name than both of those guys, actually. But if you're asking me between these two, YB, you're saying, hey, just one of these two. I want you to decide between those two. I would go with James O'Shaughnessy. But if I think the pivot, it's not Noah Gray as the pivot that I would look at. It would be it's Blake Bell. Blake Bell would be the ultimate pivot that I would turn to. He was activated. He was the backup, or he's been playing as like the next man up after Kelce. Here's the other thing. This is a little added tip for you, YB, because that's what we do here at the Fantasy Whispers. We give you little nuggets to get you even a little bit more excited on this Sunday. Here's the other thing I like about playing Bell today as a sneaky snart. Guess who used to be a quarterback in college? That's right. That's right. Blake Bell. Blake Bell was the quarterback for the Sooners. Then Hurts came. Then Baker came and gave him the boot. But Bell knows how to play quarterback. I'm not saying it happens. I'm not saying he's going to come in and play quarterback. But Kansas City does get cute. Kansas City gets cute around the goal line. So don't be surprised if you see a little trickery and Blake ends up throwing a tutty. Never know what could happen. Never know. I'm just saying. Hopefully I wish it into existence. But I think Blake Bell is the pivot. And that's where I'm going to pivot. I have Kelce in a couple leagues that I'm still alive in, fortunately enough, or unfortunately, I guess you could say, with all these cases. It's been a nightmare, but it's okay. It's all right. Appreciate the question, Webby. James asking Russell Gage or DK Metcalf. I'm going DK with this. I know it's not great. It's not, DK hasn't been doing a whole lot, but I'm going DK. But I understand if you want to go with Russell Gage. Trust your gut, because that's a gut call right there. But I would probably stick with DK. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. We got running backs, Javonte or Josh Jacobs? Standard. Great question. I would probably go. Hold on, I'm going to check my rankings really quick and then I can give you, because my initial, like I just think Josh Jacobs is so underrated right now that I just love playing him. But I do like the matchup so much for Javonte. So that's why Josh Jacobs is where I would go. That's my gut, or then that's what my rankings have. I go Josh Jacobs. And I appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you you come in every week. So I appreciate you coming in and asking questions. Jane, oh yeah, ask that. Danny coming in, asking PPR, pick one. Thielen, Barkley, Waddle, DJ Moore. I'm only picking one. If only okay, here's what I'm gonna say again. I like to do these because I like to put the ball in your guys' court, and I'll give you my opinion on what I think. Thielen is very intriguing to me today, but again, coming off the injury, I just don't know exactly where he's at health-wise. So that's why I wouldn't put him in. Barkley, he's going to get volume, but it's on the Giants. It's against the Eagles. Jake Fromm, can he get the ball to the running back? He can. So I understand if you want to go there, you probably, say it's Saquon. I get it. But would I play Saquon today? No, I have concerns about it. So Waddle or DJ Moore for me. DJ Moore in an absolute smash spot. The concern is the hamstring. So do you want to risk it? Risk your week 16 matchup on a potential, like a great matchup, but he could go down. It's a hamstring. He can go down. But he did play through all last week. You made it through. Waddle for me is the safest. I think Waddle has proven that he is every week in my lineup when he's healthy because Tua loves him. And so ultimately, I would say Waddle has probably the highest ceiling of all these guys because we've seen that. He's probably also got the safest floor. But DJ Moore also has an equally high ceiling. Probably, as long as he makes it through the game, I actually think he does have the highest ceiling of all these guys if he makes it all the way through the game. But the concern, again, injury concern. So for me, I think I would go with Waddle and the PPR. Long story short, but I like giving you guys good answers. That's why you stick around. That's why you come to our channel. I'm not just going to quickly go through here, just, tell you like this one. I could just be like, hey, go with Moreo. I could just tell you, or go with Cook, but I like doing a little bit. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I had to do it, dude. It hurts me too. I have Kelce in multiple leagues, man, but sometimes you got to do what's painful. You just got to just put it out. Just let it happen. Show it. We're also a place where you can come and show that emotion. Sideline star. We get it. We play. I play. I'm about that life, man. It hurts. It does. Wait for Gibson or play Justin Jackson or Damian Harris. I'm playing Damian Harris. Or yeah, I would play Damian Harris. That's where I personally would play. I do think I have Gibson in one of my lineups today. I do ultimately think he plays, but and I think he gets a pretty solid workload, but it's unsafe. So Damian Harris is the safest play for me out of all three of those. So that's where I would go. And then sideline star asked Moreo or Cook. I would go with Moreo. Wait, hold on. I like both of these tight ends as a it's like, which one do you think will probably score out of the two is the one that you're going to want to pick because that's how tight ends are. And Moreo probably doesn't have as likelihood to score. So I understand if you want to go with Cook in that case. Houston is way more susceptible to outside wide receivers. So they don't generally funnel to tight ends a whole lot. But I think for the touchdown upside, I would go with Cook. Actually, I'm pivoting. I would actually go with Cook just because the touchdown upside to me in the matchup is a little bit better. Especially if they're double teaming Kelce or Keenan Allen, which definitely could happen in this game with BMW out. It's definitely a possibility. Keegan asking Gallup or Tyler Johnson at flex. I also have Josh Reynolds and Bateman. I would go with Gallup. I would go with Gallup in this case. Tyler Johnson's interesting, but the trust just is not there between him and Tom. With AB back today, I think AB is going to get peppered. Don't be surprised if you see AB come out of this with 12 targets. Gronk, I think, will also get, 8 to 10 targets. And so I think, will Tyler Johnson get some? Yeah, but it'll probably be like 6. And do I trust him a whole lot? No, because Tom Brady doesn't. So that's ultimately. And Josh Reynolds, again, I'm not playing him. I'm not digging that deep into the Detroit Lions. And with Bateman, again, he's a rookie and they're on their 3rd quarterback. So concerns there. Justin Jackson or Miles Sanders, half PPR. KZ asks. I am going with Miles Sanders in this. Justin Jackson, again, getting a lot of Justin Jackson questions. Chase or Justin Jackson, I'm going Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is an absolute blow-up spot today against Baltimore. And he took their lunch money and ran with it last time they played. So I expect the same thing to happen this time because they're worse off now than they were. Should I bench Antonio Gibson and go for Palmer? Yes. I do think that this is a good pivot. I think if you need to pivot, and I am concerned about Antonio Gibson, but I don't have another option in those leagues. I have him. And so that's why I am going to just roll with him. And it's like the whole, if he dies, he dies, like straight up the, what's his name? The Russian from Rocky, that's where I'm going with Antonio Gibson in my lineups today. I'm rolling in the Flames, but I do think in other cases, Palmer is a very good pivot option with high upside. So I'm fine with that. Jackson or Michael Carter. See, this actually might be, this is where I would go with Jackson. I would go with Jackson over Carter. I would do that. I like that one. Oh, we got a lot of questions. Oh, man, I'm not Gus coming in here. Another one. Got to get that. Got to catch up on it. Woo! Let's go. Mixon or Javonte, have Madison and Demont playing. I'm going. I'm playing Mixon. Not great matchup against Baltimore. They're a little bit more stout up front. But Joe Mixon has just been getting a lot of volume. I'm okay. I would actually no, because you've got Monty and Madison. I like both of those. I don't think you need a Mega Boss game in order to keep your point. I would go with Javonte in this case. It's a safer floor for him because the matchup is so much better that I do think, and Joe Mixon coming in a little bit banged up. So, yeah. Okay. I know I haven't. I'll get to other questions here. I know I skipped down to the bottom, but we've got a quick. Is Leonard Fournette playing? No. Leonard Fournette is not. Drago. There we go. Ronald coming in. Drago. That's it. There we go. I forgot his name for a second. Yes. If he dies, he dies. Drago said it. Well, now game time saying it about Gibson today. I love Gibson. Real talk. I think he's a fantastic running back. I don't actually want him to die. I don't actually want him to go down. I want him to survive. But it just seems to be like that's how they're playing him. Like Ron Rivera is like, ever since he came out with the shin injury, is just like, you know what? We're just rolling him out there. Keep giving him the rock. And then if he goes down, he goes down. We'll solve that issue when he goes down. Yeah. Oh, appreciate you. Okay. Martin coming in here saying, which two? T. Higgins, Devontae Parker, DK Metcalf, Adam Thielen. I'm going T. Higgins. And then I'm going with because Waddle's Waddle is back. Slightly downgrade Devontae for me. And DK, I do like his matchup. But with Thielen coming or supposedly expected to play, I would probably personally go with Thielen and T. Higgins. Because I think Adam Thielen, if he plays, he's going to be much safer than DK. Now, is his upside as much as DK's? No, but also DK has a more difficult matchup. So that's ultimately where I'd go. Oh, my goodness. Eagle Fang, our guy, just coming in. $9.99 super chat. Appreciate you so much, Eagle Fang. So you know what that means. You got to hit him with a big, fat, woo! Yeah! Appreciate that. What's up, Whisper Nation, says Eagle Fang. So hope you had a great holiday, Eagle Fang. Just wanted to thank you all for a great season. I'm officially done, but still love the content. Johnny, you should see the football. You should see that. Oh, dude, appreciate that so much. So Eagle Fang, shout out to him. Send in your boy, because as you know, I'm a Cardinals fan. He DM'd me, he's sending me a DeAndre Hopkins signed football. So that will be up on the show. As soon as that bad boy comes in, that is going probably on this shelf right here. We'll move around some things. We'll make it work. But appreciate that so much. And appreciate you, Eagle Fang, for joining us all season long. Appreciate all of you, Whisper Nation, for joining in all season long. You guys truly make this such an enjoyable experience and something that we continue to love to do for you guys. We love the community we're building here. If you haven't joined yet, make sure you hit that subscribe and, stick around. I know that the season is done, but our content's not stopping. We're going to be doing mock drafts. We've got a lot of content, mock drafts. We got shows. We got guests. We got a lot of things planned over the next few months over the next, 6 or 7 months while the off season is going on. So we'll get you fully prepped for next year, all of that stuff. We're going to have some good content coming up. So stick around. Don't go anywhere, even though you might be, football might be almost over. We'll also be playing DFS. We'll be doing games. So stick with us. And I appreciate you once more, Eagle Fang, for the super chat. Really appreciate that. All right. We had Martin asking here. I got to start going a little bit more rapid fire. I was going pretty slow. Because I got to get through all these questions. All right. Luke asking Gibson, Patterson, Renfro, Rojo, Amon-Ra, St. Brown. All right. So I would go Rojo, and I was a little concerned with last week with how teams shut down Renfro. I'm wondering if it's a game plan moving forward. But Renfro has been very, very solid. If this is a PPR, I think I'm still rolling with Renfro ultimately. And I would go with Rojo. But if it's not PPR, if it's half PPR, I might go with St. Brown and Rojo because I do like St. Brown's matchup there. We have David coming in. I need some magic today. Well, we'll try to give you that magic, man. Full PPR, Miami or Dallas defense. I would go with Dallas's defense. And wide receiver and flex from Deontay, Waddle, and Gage. P.S. I'm starting Pitts. Happy holidays. Well, happy holidays to you, David. And I appreciate your question and the information you let me know. I would go with Deontay and Waddle as my wide receiver and my flex. I would sit Gage out of those three, especially because you have Pitts going. Zach Wilson, Josh Johnson, Heineke, or Cam in my 2 QB league. I'm already have Herbert. Just need another quarterback option. Yeah, I get it, man. You don't have to. It gets bad. I would go with Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson has the higher upside out of the rest of these quarterbacks. He's probably going to make some mistakes, but at least we have seen him make have some really good weeks. Cam Newton just always concerns me with they're pulling him like every other series and whatnot. So Will Axon, another Patreon subscriber, another supporter of the show. Appreciate you, Will, coming in here. Good luck to you today, my man. I'm in a dogfight in the semi. Aren't we all? We got to get that win for you. Josh Reynolds, Mike Davis, or Mecole Hardman. Good luck today. Good luck to you. I would go with, this is tough. You know what? I would probably go Mecole Hardman. I'll say this. Mike Davis to me has the safest floor. So if you need to go with that, and you're like, I just need to make sure I get, 4 to, and if this is PPR, it might be, he might get about 6 to 8 fantasy points, a decent amount. Does Mecole make that? I don't know if he has that kind of floor, but with all their injuries, everything going on, it only takes one for Mecole to have, 15 fantasy points. It takes one catch, one over the top. And I know that they've been, teams have been limiting that a little bit more. But if you're in a dogfight and it's going to be close, I would probably just go with Mike Davis. Sounding like it's going to be a dogfight. You just need to make sure you get some solid points in there. I might just go with Mike Davis. But if you have a, same kind of gut feeling as I do, where the Mecole Hardman might be a decent play this week, and you're finding yourself needing to swing for a little bit more upside, I think Mecole has the higher upside, but I do think Mike Davis is a safer floor. So I would probably go with Mike Davis, considering what you revealed to me. All right, Freak Stomper, sit one. Harris, Carter, Jackson, or Gordon. Appreciate the help. Appreciate you, Freak Stomper. I would sit Carter. John asking, Adam Thielen, Sony Michel, or Damian Harris, pick one PPR. Picking one, I'm going Damian Harris. I'm picking one. Adam coming back, not exactly know how healthy that ankle is. Sony Michel splitting time with Henderson, and Damian Harris activated up today. So that's where I would go. Sleek asking, full PPR, need to Diggs, Mixon, CEH, or Madison. I am going with, okay, in this case, I would play CEH and Madison. Sounds wild sitting Diggs, but Diggs against New England, Mixon against Baltimore. Both those are difficult matchups. I like to play matchups and base my starts off of matchups anyway, despite names, and then you give me good names to back up those, and I think you're in the. That's where I'm at. CH and Madison. I'm in PPR, Gage or Metcalf. And PPR, I'd probably go Gage over Metcalf, James, in a PPR, because I do know that Gage will get a lot more peppers or a lot more targets than Metcalf. That's just the sad reality of where we live in today, and how, for some reason, Russell Wilson does not like to target DK. Now that DJ Moore is upgraded to active, should I start him or keep McLaurin? I would go DJ Moore over McLaurin. McLaurin should draw Diggs today. Diggs has been a very solid cover corner, and do I think McLaurin can outperform that? I do, because I think McLaurin is one of the best wide receivers in football. He just doesn't have a great quarterback who's accurate enough, and honestly, they just don't target him enough to get the ball down or into his hands enough, because the secret sauce, yes, that secret sauce is getting him over like 5.5 reception. I believe that was the stat that Austin had brought up. It was like, if the Washington gets him over 5.5 targets, they're like undefeated or something. Or no, don't quote me on that. I think I just made that up. I don't know. Don't quote me on that one. I don't trust Komet at tight end. Yeah, that's where I was at as well. I know I asked. I answered, James. I said Gage. Reese coming in, St. Brown or Palmer. See, I would go with St. Brown. I like Palmer's matchup, but it might be just getting cute at this point. It is more of a hunch, more of a, hey, matchup shows this. He should be elevated and get this role because Mike Williams is out. Do I know any of that for certain? I don't, but I do know that St. Brown has become the target leader for the Lions. I know that Swift is out, so I would go with St. Brown. Yeah. Okay. Ronald. Oh, where did his super chat go? Did I not see? I thought I answered his super chat. Did I not get it? Oh, I see. James hit me with the super sticker and then the question. Got it. Sorry. My bad, James. Usually when people you can like ask your question underneath there, or with your super chat. So I just got a little confused there. Apologies. I hope you were able to stick around in order to get that answer. I apologize for that. I didn't notice that. Okay, scrolling down. Let's see. Barrios, Emmanuel Sanders, or pick up Palmer, full PPR, asked Michael. with return yards included. Okay, I like that. Okay, good. Thank you for. I would probably play in a PPR. I would. Oh yeah, in a PPR, I would play Palmer. I think Palmer. I almost, Emmanuel Sanders is close to me. I have him close, especially with like the latest news. But with the Bills going up against New England, that secondary is really good, and that concerns me. That I don't like bad matchups. I just don't like playing guys in bad matchups. I rather play a lesser known or like a lesser bigger name, I guess you could say, than in a great matchup, than a difficult one. And the PPR one, I understand. Does Palmer? I don't think Palmer returns kicks. Palmer may, but that's where I would go. I would go Palmer. Cousins or Heineke. Also a flex spot, half point PPR, Justin Jackson or T. Higgins. I would go T. Higgins over Justin Jackson, but Justin Jackson obviously has the safer floor. And then when we're asking Cousins or Heineke, I would go Cousins. Cousins safer for me. So that's where I would go. Our guys, the Snap. What's up? Good morning. Merry Christmas. Our buddies from the North. Snap Football. Check them out. If you they put out great content as well. They're fire. We love them. Those are our boys. All right, we have Brandon asking Ronald Jones or Justin Jackson. I'm going Ronald Jones. Ronald Jones. PPR or wide receiver and a flex. Been absolutely decimated. Yeah. Hollywood, Devonta Smith, Pollard, Tony, Penny, Gallup. I am actually playing. Wait, is this just one? Flex. So I would play Penny in your flex. I like that play there, and I would go with Hollywood, or excuse me, I would go with Gallup as your wide receiver. I don't like Smith's matchup. Bradbury is supposed to be shadowing him all game, so that's a concern for me. Really limited him when they played just a couple weeks ago, and then he started shadowing him. He caught only one reception for like 7 yards. Hollywood, again, with if this were, Huntley or a better quarterback or Lamar, then yeah, I would say Hollywood, but I would ultimately go with Penny and Gallup. I think they're the safest, as well as they give you that upside potential. Snow game. Yeah, I would roll with Penny, but I would also, I think I would also go with, I like Gallup. Okay, let's see, getting down. All right, Alec asking, start Hollywood Brown, Dawson Knox, Lockett, or wait. I wonder if you meant to say Amon-Ra St. Brown, because you gave me 3 wait, Dawson Knox, Hollywood, or Lockett. Yeah, if you're asking me who I sit of, because I think you mean Amon-Ra St. Brown. I would sit Knox most likely, because that gives you the highest upside of all of those. You're getting 3 wide receivers in there with better matchups. Would you start Duke Johnson or Hollywood in flex spot? I would start Duke Johnson over Hollywood Brown. Just be cautious, man. Miami is very concerned. Like they'll flip scripts. Like, yeah. This is Ronald. Like I second this. Like, it's very risky, but again, he's got a safer floor because, I mean, the thing is Duke Johnson's a good running back, so we'll see. And Miami has been known to like just straight up give people, give their running backs like massive load. So if he was getting that, if he gets the same volume as he got last year, then I think, or last week, then I think he would be he's going to be my play. I like him over Hollywood with the quarterback situation there. I know it sounds obvious, but I'm not fully sure. Justin Jefferson or Tyler Lockett, 1 PPR. I would go with Justin Jefferson. I know that, a little bit difficult matchup. You've also got Thielen coming back off of the injury, so you could be worried about targets being taken away, but I'm sticking with Justin Jefferson because he is talented enough to overcome, and having Thielen back might help roll some coverage over that way. So it might not be as difficult for him as it could be. CEH or Mixon, asked Tony. I would go with, these ones are close for me too. Is this one, Tony, are you asking in PPR or standard? I'm probably going CEH, to be honest with you. Oh, Troy coming in here asking me that going down. Yeah, this is our dynasty. He's against me in dynasty, and your boy had some really nice games from. I mean, it helps when you have Davante Adams and AJ Brown both, basically go off for 30 and a half PPR. So 2 players getting me 60 is pretty nice. It's hard to come back from that. Bryant, standard, lost Eckler, Justin Jackson, or Miles Sanders. Also have Melvin Gordon, Sony, and Craig Reynolds from another league. Thanks. Oh, okay. So also Melvin Gordon, Sony, or Craig Reynolds. I'm going Melvin Gordon for your second league, and I would go Miles Sanders for your first. Sanders and Gordon. Yeah. Sorry. What about Chuba? I don't like Chuba. I don't like Chuba as much as I did in the beginning of the season, especially because they've been kind of rotating in Abdullah as well. So that's I don't know if I would pivot I would stick with Hollywood over Chuba, I think. Start Gage or St. Brown. I would go with, I think St. Brown has the higher upside. Gage is a safer floor. That's where I'm at with that one. Justin Jackson or Foreman. I would go, in this case, I would go with Justin Jackson. Because Foreman has been getting, we've been kind of getting bailed out and lucky because he's been getting the end zone, but they're using all 3. They're using McNichols, they're using Hilliard, and they're using Foreman. Even though Foreman looks amazing, I think Foreman is somewhat dealing with an ankle injury as well. I think that's why they're also trying to limit him, because if Henry doesn't come back, and they're going to need him for the playoff run. So that's why I think they're not completely leaning on him like they did like 2 and 3 weeks ago when he was getting 15, 20 touches in back-to-back games. Hollywood Brown or Joshua Palmer? I would go Joshua Palmer. Ryan asking Emmanuel Sanders or Devontae Parker? I would go Devontae Parker in this case. Let's see. Marcos asking Uzuma, Pitts, Hunter Henry, also Rojo, CH, Cordell, Patterson, Madison, and Miles Sanders start 2. Wow. Okay. I don't. Ooh. Waiver wire warrior over here. Good job. Like, you stacked up your running backs. This is great. This is a good reminder that as long as you, if you play the waiver, like, you don't necessarily have to always draft running backs. Sometimes it pans out. I would go with Patterson and Rojo. That's where I would go. And then half PPR, asking for tight end. I would. Let me look at my. Yeah, for tight end, I'm sticking with Pitts. They're against Detroit. Atlanta against Detroit. I would go with Pitts over. Hunter Henry has a better chance probably to catch a touchdown than the other 2, and we usually like to go with that case, but I think Pitts has the safest floor, because that's the thing. If Hunter Henry doesn't catch a touchdown, it's bad. It's real bad. You don't want that. Not in your playoffs. So, John asking Damian Harris, Sony Michel, Gordon, Cooper, Mooney, start at least 2 running backs, 1 flex, half PPR. I'm starting Harris. I'm starting Gordon, and then 1 flex. I would start Cooper in my flex. Yeah. Best of luck, John. Great question. All right. 7. Happy holidays. Foster Moreau or Schultz? I think is this PPR? The PPR. Let me know if this is PPR. I'd probably go Stephanie. I would personally go Schultz. I would go with Schultz over Moreo. But if this is like a full PPR, that would be the one situation where if it's full PPR, I may go Moreo over Schultz because I do think Moreo could get more heavily targeted. But again, I always like to revert and just say every time is just Schultz to me has the higher chance to get a higher probability to get a touchdown for these two tight ends. I like to put my tight ends in that have the better chance because basically you score your tight end scores a touchdown. That's the big difference. So that's where I would go. Daniel O, what's up, man? What's up? Javonte Williams, Rashad Penny, or Ronald Jones? Thanks. I'm going with Ronald Jones in this case, but I like these other matchups as well. So I really think I don't know if you can necessarily go wrong, but I personally would play of these three Ronald Jones. Okay. Bucks pretty much plenty of red zone trips. Yeah, I agree. Should I flex Barkley or Jamar Chase? Asked Joshua. I would Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is in a blow up spot. I know he's been struggling. He's had some down weeks, but that's where I would go. I would go with Chase today. I think he's going to have a mega bounce day. A mega bounce. Amon or DK? I have Kupp as my other receiver and Antonio Brown at flex. I have Damian Harris on my bench. And okay, so in this case, I would play DK over Amon because you've got Kupp, who's got a very safe floor of like 10 fantasy points, but his ceiling is, he's the number one wide receiver. Antonio Brown, again, very high ceiling. I think he's going to have a mega ball stay. So because of that, you can now take and risk throwing in DK over Amon because Amon, to me, doesn't have the same upside that DK does. And so even if DK puts up another stinker, you should be able to survive enough Rudy with your other two wide receivers there. But he said, or should I put Harrison and have Brown and Kupp? And yes, that's actually what I do. I would go with Harris in your flex, and then I would play AB and Kupp in your wide receiver spot. That's your safest and probably your highest upside option right there. So I like that one. Carter or Metcalf? I'm going Metcalf. Standard. Drew asks, Barkley, Penny, or Howard? Semifinal. I'm going Penny. Drew. That's wild, huh? Good for Rashad Penny, dude. Let's go. Don't give up on your dreams. Just keep gutting it out. 4th year breakout, last couple of weeks. Let's see if he keeps it up. Matthew Stafford or Josh Allen? I'm going Josh Allen. I know he struggles against. I know it's a more difficult matchup. Actually, no. Let me hold on. It's so hard for me to not play Allen because his upside is more. It's higher to me than Matthew Stafford, but the matchup is a lot better for Matthew Stafford. So I like to play matchup based. So I would personally play Matthew Stafford. I have Josh Allen ranked higher than Matthew Stafford. So my rankings say go with Josh Allen. But again, I like to play, especially in playoffs. My type of game is I look for matchups and I exploit matchups. I want my easiest path for all my players to try to hit their max because that's what I'm going for right now. I'm trying to beat my opponent. So depending on what your opponent has, I would probably play Matthew Stafford. Then Melvin Gordon or CEH, I would play CEH over Melvin. But again, this one's close. They're really close to me in my rankings. And I think that Melvin Gordon has a very nice matchup as well. They're using him a decent amount. But Clyde, I like CEH today. I would play CEH. Last minute question. Help. With Brian Edwards out, Moreo or Uzama? Full PPR. See, with Edwards out, I would go with Moreo because I do think he'll get the uptick in the targets. All right. I got to go super rapid fast here because your boy has to finish up and then answer these questions. All right. Brandon, Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts? I would go Jalen Hurts in this case. That's where I would pivot over Josh Allen. Ronald Jones or Josh Jacobs, PPR? I would go Ronald Jones over Josh Jacobs in PPR. Thanks for the help, man. Love it. Appreciate you, David. Even though Ronald Jones probably won't get a whole lot of pass catching, Josh Jacobs getting a little bit more out of the PPR. I would go with Ronald Jones. Is it weird that I like Sutton a lot this week? Yes, Charles. It is weird that you like Sutton a lot this week because Sutton has been absolutely limited all season long, unfortunately. But I hope it happens for your sake, Charles, for your sake. AB or Zeke? I would go AB over Zeke today. Alexander asking full PPR for my flex. Melvin Gordon, Justin Jackson, Tyler Boyd, or Goddard. Got Knox in at the tight end or Sanders. I would put Goddard in at tight end over Knox. I would sit Knox. I would say, and I would play Sanders in your flex. Or sorry. I'm projected to tie right now. Nice. Yeah, full PPR. I would play Sanders. I almost said Melvin Gordon is the other consideration that I would maybe play, but ultimately I would play Goddard in your tight end, Sanders in your flex. That's where I would ultimately if I were you. Palmer or McLaurin non PPR. I would go Palmer. That's crazy. I love McLaurin. I'm sorry, McLaurin, if you're watching this. I love you, man. But you just have a bad matchup and a bad quarterback throwing you the ball right now. AB. See, Ronald saying to go Terry. He likes Terry. I hope Terry outperforms his saying. He's been struggling. This is a difficult matchup. But I will say, if there's any receiver I trust to outperform their matchup, it is Terry McLaurin. I think he's a phenomenal wide receiver. I can't wait until he gets a quarterback, an actual quarterback. But again, I like going with matchups, Timothy. So for me, Palmer, because of Williams being out, he jumps up for me. Super ugly question. Hey, we're here for the ugly questions. Howard, P. Ryan, Davis, or Vaughn? PPR was thinking maybe Vaughn because he should get that extra effort. Yeah, I get it. I don't know if I'd get that cute, though. Brady gets really mad, and if you mess up, he gets real mad, especially I would probably play Howard, to be honest with you. Probably play Howard. Yeah. Don't feel great about it. Don't feel super confident about that call, though. That's just kind of my gut out of those guys. Madison, CH, Javonte, which one sit? Or do I start all three and bench Terry? I would start all three of those and bench Terry. That's where I would go. Reese. Just because I don't like that matchup with Diggs against Terry McLaurin. Full PPR, Hollywood or Mooney? I would go. This is a difficult one. Hollywood. Don't like that. Don't feel good. WPE, Dave. But that's where I would say I would probably roll with Hollywood over Mooney. With BDN as a quarterback, Josh Allen versus Patriots, or go with Jalen Hurts facing New York? I would go Jalen Hurts, Brandon. I would go Jalen Hurts. Killjoy, what's up? Good morning. Jerry Jeudy or Callaway? I would go Jerry Jeudy over Callaway with New Orleans dealing with their quarterback situation. So I would say actually Callaway's starting to get an uptick, but Taysom Hill is now out. So Michael Storms, Devontae Freeman? Question. What? I am Ron Burgundy. Treadwell or St. Brown? I would go St. Brown. Although, I mean, yeah, not the same match, not the same quarterback throwing him the ball, but again, they've been getting him more and more involved. So I do think that he'll be fine. Ronald Jones Sony Michel or Gronk at flex. I'm going Ronald Jones at flex. I do like Gronk's matchup, but if you have Rojo, then I'm going Ronald Jones. Adam Thielen, Waddle, or CeeDee Lamb. I would go, which two am I starting this week? I would start Waddle and CeeDee Lamb. Thielen or Renfro, asked Max. Is this PPR, Max? If this is PPR, I'm going Renfro. If it's half PPR or standard, I would probably go Thielen because I think he has the higher touchdown upside. Palmer or Burkhead PPR, I'm going Palmer. Austin asking, hey, man, would you start Josh Palmer as the wide receiver too? Yes, I would. I would start Palmer over Hollywood. Yes. Do you think it's smart to start Hurts and Sanders this week? Yes, I do think in a good matchup. Or should I play it safe and start Javonte over? No, I would play. I think you're fine starting Hurts and Sanders. Ooh, I don't know if I would. If Ronald's trying to say go Barkley over Penny, I don't. In theory, that should be definitely what it should be, but I don't know. Yeah, me too, Drew. Me too. I hope he does. Knox or Schultz full PPR. I would go. See, in this case, I'm not going to get cute with Schultz. I would go with Knox over Schultz in this case, but don't love that matchup at all for Knox. AB or Lockett, Mixon or Patterson, half PPR. I would go Patterson and AB. Adam, Patterson and AB. Appreciate that. Appreciate the question. Appreciate you all for tuning in right now, asking me these questions. I'm just going to run through these last ones. And Russell Gage, Justin Jackson, or Sit Brown. I would sit Brown for Jackson and Gage, knowing with the quarterback situation. Ronnie, okay, so Hurts. Since I'm starting Hurts, do I start Sanders over Javonte? No, I would start Sanders. Start Sanders. Yeah, you can. Exactly. Thank you, Ronald. Genius. Perfect. That's exactly it. Freaks on. Awesome as always. Appreciate. Good luck, everyone. Good luck. Appreciate you, Frank Stomper. Appreciate everyone joining in today. We had a lot of people jump through here. Appreciate you all. Sony or Freeman full PPR. I would go Sony and over Freeman. Just because he's been getting weird workloads over the last weeks. All right, that does it for today's live stream. Appreciate all of you guys for tuning in to the Sunday morning live. Appreciate you all so much. Made my day, made my morning. I don't know how many likes we're at right now because I haven't been able to check the video because it's been so wild and busy trying to get through all those questions. So if you haven't yet, you made it this far and you're watching this, we're not at 50 likes. Please hit this up for 50 to get to 50. If you're new to our channel, haven't subscribed yet, hit us up with a sub. We will continue to be putting out content even in the off season. We're going to be going live. We're going to be hanging out. We love our community that we are building, Whisper Nation. So if you haven't joined that, make sure you get into our Discord. We have Patreon as well, where you can get signed up for this Mixon or Elijah Mitchell autographed jersey. We'll be giving away to our Patreon subscribers in just a few days. So make sure you sign up there. Link to that is in the description below. And as always, Whisper Nation, good luck. Week 16, if you're still in it. Best of luck. Hopefully you make it. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll be live streaming the Monday night game, so make sure you're joining us there. We'll be doing some DFS lineup slips, so jump on before the game to get it started. All right, for Johnny Game Time Hicks and the Fantasy Whispers, said that wrong. For the Fantasy Whispers, I'm your boy, Johnny Game Time Hicks, and I'm out. Peace, Whisper Nation.
Right here.
Look at you go. You made it to the end of another one of our videos. Hey, if you still have some questions, I totally understand. Or you just want to join an awesome fantasy football community, head on over to our Discord chat. Link is in the description below. And if you're still not sold on us, check out one of these videos.